សាក់ពេលភ្លៀងដល់ទៅឆក់ទេ
អត់ឆក់ទេអត់ធ្វើបញ្ហាទេការប្រើប្រាស់ឡានពេលភ្លៀងអត់បញ្ហា
បាទ
អត់បញ្ហាគាត់សាកពេលភ្លៀងក៏បានគឺទោះជាគាត់សាកបណ្ដាគាត់បាញ់ទឹកដាក់ទៀតក៏អត់បញ្ហាដែរ
អូប្រហែលក៏ហើយការពារ
បាទការពារព្រោះទាំងឆ្នាំងសាកទាំងឡានវាមាន protection របស់វាផ្សេងហើយឆ្នាំងសាកក៏អញ្ចឹងដែរឆ្នាំងសាកវាមាន IP integration របស់វាដូចគ្នា
បងគាត់ថា15ទៅ20ដុល្លារមកពេញហ្នឹងចំណេញជាងសាំងត្រូវទេ
បាទត្រឹមត្រូវព្រោះយើងអាច estimate មើលទៅថាការរត់របស់ឡានអគ្គិសនីហើយនិងឡានសាំងគឺវាខុសគ្នាមានន័យថាឥឡូវយើងបន្តថាឡានសាំងគាត់ក្នុងចម្ងាយ100គីឡូគាត់ស៊ីប្រហែលលីត្រយ៉ាងទៅបើយើងគិតថា1លីត្រវា$1អញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់អគ្គិសនី100គីឡូគាត់ជួនកាលស៊ីអស់10ជាងទៅ15គីឡូវ៉ាត់អីចឹងទៅប៉ុន្តែបើយើងយកមកគុណជាលុយក៏វានៅតែតិចជាងការចាក់សាំងដែរ
ប៉ុន្តែមើលមិនដឹងថាឆ្នាំងសាកហ្នឹង fast charge មាននិមិត្តសញ្ញាសម្គាល់អីសម្រាប់អ្នកបើ
មានទី1នៅលើម៉ាស៊ីនរបស់យើងគឺយើងមានបិទទំហំគីឡូវ៉ាត់
អូ120គីឡូវ៉ាត់
យើងបិទទំហំនៅលើហ្នឹងតែម្ដងបាទហើយជូនទៅកាន់បងប្អូនរបស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលមានគម្រោងក្នុងការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរយានយន្តពីសាំងមកអគ្គិសនីគឺគាត់ក៏មានការបារម្ភ
បាទ
មិនជាបញ្ហាទេឥឡូវនេះស្ថានីយ៍ដោះគ្រប់កន្លែងអញ្ចឹងវាអត់មានអ្វីជាកង្វល់ដែលថាជិះទៅអស់កណ្ដាលផ្លូវអីទេសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃនេះគ្រប់បែបយ៉ាងគឺពួកយើងមានគម្រោងមាន plan របស់យើងមកត្រឹមត្រូវណាស់ហើយស្ថានីយ៍នៅក្នុងស្រុកយើងក៏វាដោះច្រើនដែរ
ខ្ញុំឃើញចេះមួយបងខ្ញុំឃើញមួយអ្នកខ្លះគេជិះទៅដល់វានៅខាងឡានគេហ្នឹងវាអស់វាចិត្តរលត់ហ្នឹងណាប៉ុន្តែជិះទៅដល់កន្លែងឆ្នាំងសាកហ្នឹងវាខូចយកអត់ភ្លើងចុះឆ្នាំងសាកបងអញ្ចឹងដែរអត់ឬក៏យើងមានអីមើលដែរអត់
មុននឹងទៅនេះជាក់ស្ដែងទៅគឺដោយសារតែឆ្នាំងសាកវាដំណើរការជាមួយ app
បាទ
អញ្ចឹង app របស់យើងគឺវាបង្ហាញពីគេហៅថាស្ថានភាពបច្ចុប្បន្នរបស់វា status របស់វាថាតើឆ្នាំងសាកហ្នឹងឥឡូវហ្នឹងដំណើរការអត់ដំណើរការហើយមានអ្នកសាកអត់សាកប្រហែលអ្នកព្រោះជាទូទៅឆ្នាំងសាកយើងសាកបានតែ2ឡានទេអញ្ចឹងបើសិនជាមានគេកំពុងសាកគឺវាមានលេខនៅខាងក្នុងហ្នឹងដែលបង្ហាញថាកំពុងសាកអញ្ចឹងណា
អូខេជំរាបសួរបង
បាទជំរាបសួរ
ចង់បងណែនាំខ្លួនតិច
បាទជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំឈ្មោះភេសកតាជា project manager របស់ Charge Plus Cambodia បាទ
អូខេបងអញ្ចឹងដូចនៅខាងក្រោយក្នុងខ្ញុំនេះជាប្រភេទឆ្នាំងសាកមួយរបស់ Charge Plus
ត្រឹមត្រូវបាទ
មានប្រហែលប្រភេទដែលសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃនេះ
សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃយើងមានជាប្រភេទឆ្នាំងសាក2ប្រភេទ
បាទ
ជាទី1ជាប្រភេទ AC ដែលយើងដាក់តាម condo ដាក់តាម mall សម្រាប់ការប្រើប្រាស់ជាមួយនឹងអតិថិជនដែលគាត់ស្នាក់នៅទីតាំងផ្ទាល់និងគាត់ចូលមកកម្សាន្តហើយមួយវិញទៀតហ្នឹងយើងមានជា station ដោយតែបងបានឃើញនេះ station fast charge អញ្ចឹង fast charge យើងមាន range ចាប់ពី30គីឡូវ៉ាត់រហូតដល់120គីឡូវ៉ាត់បាទហើយដោយអ្វីដែលបងឃើញឥឡូវហ្នឹងទូធំហ្នឹងគឺជាឆ្នាំងសាកទំហំ120គីឡូវ៉ាត់របស់យើង
បាទប៉ុន្តែមើលមិនដឹងថាឆ្នាំងសាកហ្នឹង fast charge មាននិមិត្តសញ្ញាសម្គាល់អីសម្រាប់អ្នកបើ
មានទី1នៅលើម៉ាស៊ីនរបស់យើងគឺយើងមានបិទទំហំគីឡូវ៉ាត់
អូ120គីឡូវ៉ាត់
យើងបិទទំហំនៅលើហ្នឹងតែម្ដងបាទហើយសម្រាប់ទីតាំង fast charge គឺឲ្យតែម៉ាស៊ីនដូចខាងខ្ញុំហ្នឹងម៉ាស៊ីនបញ្ឈរធំអញ្ចឹងគឺ fast charge ព្រោះយើងមានរូបរាងឆ្នាំងសាក slow charge របស់យើង7គីឡូវ៉ាត់តាម mall ហ្នឹងគឺវាមានរាង compact តូច slim ស្អាតហ្នឹងមួយទៅតែដល់ពេលតាមស្ថានីយ៍ធំយើងមានទូមួយធំហើយជាទូទៅយើងដាក់ស្ថានីយ៍ fast charge ហ្នឹងនៅខាងក្រៅសាធារណៈអញ្ចឹងមក
បាទ BYD E2 ប្រហែលនាទីពេញទៅ
BYD E2 ជាទូទៅគាត់សាកអាចល្បាក់ក្នុងពី45នាទីទៅ1ម៉ោងឯដែរវាតាមកម្រិតបាក់តេរីរបស់គាត់ដោយឡែកជាក់ស្ដែងទៅគឺឆ្នាំងសាកវា120គីឡូវ៉ាត់ហើយតែការដែលសមត្ថភាពនៃឡានគាត់យកបាន120ឬអត់អាហ្នឹងវាអាស្រ័យទៅលើ spec របស់ឡានដែរបាទឡានស៊េរីក្រោយៗមកគាត់ upgrade ពី voltage របស់ battery ដែលគាត់អាចទាញយកបានហ្នឹងធំដល់600 800អីចឹងទៅបងណាបងចឹងហើយធ្វើឲ្យកម្រិតភ្លើងចូលទៅខាងក្នុងឡានក៏វាធំដូចគ្នាដែរប៉ុន្តែឡានស៊េរីមុនអាចឡានខ្លះទាញបានធំឡានខ្លះទាញបានតូចបាទ
សាកម្ដងអស់ប្រហែលហើយគេគិតរបៀបម៉េច
សាកម្ដងជាបទពិសោធន៍សម្រាប់អតិថិជនដែលប្រើប្រាស់ហ្មងគឺគាត់ចំណាយខ្ទង់ពីល្បាក់15ទៅ20ដុល្លារ
15ទៅ20ដុល្លារ
បាទហ្នឹងសម្រាប់ឡានដែលគាត់សាកសឹងថាស្ទើរតែអស់អាលីងតែម្ដង
បាទ
ស្ទើរតែអស់អាលីងហ្នឹងគឺគាត់មកសាកគាត់ចាប់ពីអាចចាប់ពី20ឬក៏ពី10%ឡើងទៅដល់100%ប៉ុន្តែក៏វាអាស្រ័យដែរអាស្រ័យថាឡានហ្នឹងទំហំថ្មគាត់ប៉ុណ្ណាដែរឡានខ្លះទំហំថ្មគាត់តូចគាត់អាចការចំណាយរបស់គាត់អាចតិចតែឡានខ្លះទំហំថ្មគាត់ធំការចំណាយគាត់ក៏ធំដូចគ្នាដែរបាទ
បងគាត់ថា15ទៅ20ដុល្លារមកពេញហ្នឹងចំណេញជាងសាំងត្រូវទេ
បាទត្រឹមត្រូវព្រោះយើងអាច estimate មើលទៅថាការរត់របស់ឡានអគ្គិសនីហើយនិងឡានសាំងគឺវាខុសគ្នាមានន័យថាឥឡូវយើងបន្តថាឡានសាំងគាត់ក្នុងចម្ងាយ100គីឡូគាត់ស៊ីប្រហែលលីត្រយ៉ាងទៅបើយើងគិតថា1លីត្រវា$1អញ្ចឹងប៉ុន្តែសម្រាប់អគ្គិសនី100គីឡូគាត់ជួនកាលស៊ីអស់10ជាងទៅ15គីឡូវ៉ាត់អីចឹងទៅប៉ុន្តែបើយើងយកមកគុណជាលុយក៏វានៅតែតិចជាងការចាក់សាំងរបស់យើង
បាទហើយស្ថានីយ៍បងសប្តាហ៍នេះវាមានភាពកណ្ដើបបែបណាខ្លះ
ស្ថានីយ៍របស់យើងសពថ្ងៃគឺបើជាការរៀបរាប់តែម្ដងគឺទី1ស្ថានីយ៍របស់យើងនៅតាមទីសាធារណៈតែផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងនៅលើផ្លូវសាធារណៈអាចមើលឃើញទី2មកដល់ស្ថានីយ៍យើងមានជាគំនូកចំណតត្រឹមត្រូវរបស់យើងអញ្ចឹងអតិថិជនគាត់ចូលមកគាត់មានអារម្មណ៍ថា comfortable មែនទេបាទហើយទី2ទី3គឺឆ្នាំងសាយើងទំហំធំបាទហើយការអនុវត្តប្រើប្រាស់ឆ្នាំងសារបស់យើងគឺប្រើប្រាស់ដោយប្រើប្រាស់ app បាទអញ្ចឹងគឺអតិថិជនគាត់អាច self service ខ្លួនឯងគាត់អត់ចាំបាច់បារម្ភថាគាត់មកយប់ប្រលប់ម៉ោង1ម៉ោង2យប់ហើយមកដល់អត់មានអ្នកចាំសារឬមួយក៏គាត់ត្រូវមកពេលថ្ងៃចាំសារហើយឬមានអ្នកជួយគិតលុយអីផ្សេងទៀតអត់ចាំបាច់គាត់ប្រើប្រាស់ app service នៅលើ app គាត់គ្រាន់តែបញ្ចូល scan នេះហើយគាត់អាចទៅអញ្ជើញទៅផឹកកាហ្វេឬក៏ធ្វើអ្វីដែលគាត់ត្រូវធ្វើអញ្ចឹងណាបងបាទ
app ហ្នឹងមានមុខងារអីខ្លះ
app របស់យើងមានមុខងារទី1គឺអាចមើលដឹងទីតាំងវាមាន map ឲ្យមើលដឹងទីតាំងថាទីតាំងយើងនៅទីណាខ្លះទី2 app យើងគឺមាន payment gateway របស់យើងដែលគាត់អាចទូទាត់តាមរយៈ ABA បានគាត់ pay លុយចូលទៅក្នុង app ហើយគាត់ដំណើរការ scan សាកពីក្នុង app ដោយបង់លុយជាមួយ ABA pay ចេញ ABA មកមានន័យថា ABA គាត់ត្រូវ pop up ចូលក្នុង app សិនបន្ទាប់មកទឹកលុយហ្នឹងវានៅក្នុង app ជា credit អញ្ចឹង credit គាត់ចំណាយទៅលើការសាកបានវានឹងកាត់ចេញពី credit ហ្នឹងហើយបាទហ្នឹងទី2ហើយទី3គឺសម្រាប់ app យើងជា smart app អញ្ចឹងនៅពេលដែលគាត់ដាក់សាកឡានគាត់ពេញស្មារណាអស់លុយពេលណាអីពេលណាគឺម៉ាស៊ីនវាអូតូផ្ដាច់ហើយវានឹងបង្ហាញមកក្នុង app ឲ្យគាត់ដឹងដូចគ្នាអញ្ចឹងគាត់អត់ចាំបាច់ថាគាត់សាកហើយគាត់ចង់ដឹងថាថ្មឡានគាត់ប្រហែលគាត់ត្រូវដើរមកមើលថ្មឬមកមើលឆ្នាំងសាវិញបាច់ពេញគាត់អាចមើលនៅក្នុង app បានអាចបើកមើលឃើញថាក្នុង app ហ្នឹងគឺបង្ហាញទិន្នន័យរបស់ឡានគាត់សាកបានប្រហែល%សាកពីពេលណាមកអីចឹងទៅបាទហើយមួយទៀត feature មួយទៀតដែលសំខាន់នោះគឺ app យើងគឺគ្រប់16ប្រទេសរួមគ្នាដោយសារតែ charge plus យើងមាននៅក្នុង6ប្រទេសផ្សេងគ្នាបាទអញ្ចឹងហើយមាន app charge plus មួយគាត់អាចទៅសាកនៅតាមស្ថានីយ៍ charge plus ទាំងអស់ក្នុងករណីដែលគាត់ជា international traveler ជាអ្នកធ្វើដំណើរបរទេសអញ្ចឹងគឺគាត់អាចទៅដល់តាមប្រទេសផ្សេងហើយប្រើប្រាស់ app របស់យើងបាទហើយជាក់ស្ដែងទៅយើងតែមានបទពិសោធន៍ថ្មីដែលយើងមាន team ខាង Unity Drive របស់អាស៊ានតែគេរៀបចំមកហ្នឹងមានប្រហែលជា 2-3 ឡានហ្នឹងគាត់បើកកាត់ពីវៀតណាមបន្តរហូតចុះទៅដល់ម៉ាឡេហើយក្នុងហ្នឹងក៏គាត់ឆ្លងប្រទេសយើងដែរហើយគាត់បានចូលមកប្រើប្រាស់នៅស្ថានីយ៍យើងដូចគ្នា
និយាយចេះបងឥឡូវនេះខែភ្លៀងធ្វើឲ្យមកក៏សើមអត់ទេសាកពេលភ្លៀងដោតទៅឆក់ទេ
អត់ឆក់ទេអត់ជាបញ្ហាទេយើងដឹងថាទឹកវាជាសត្រូវស៊ូពូជគ្នាជាមួយនឹងភ្លើងវាអត់ត្រូវគ្នាទេប៉ុន្តែការ build គ្រប់បែបយ៉ាងមកគឺគេ build ទៅលើ safety ហើយ build safety ទៅលើម៉ាស៊ីនវាជារឿងមួយប៉ុន្តែរឿងទី2គឺការ installation របស់យើងក៏យើង base ទៅលើ safety ដែរយើងមាន standard ក្នុងការ install របស់យើងក្នុងការតម្លើងឆ្នាំងសាកយើងមាន standard យើងមាន technical បច្ចេកទេសផ្សេងដែលធានាបានថាការប្រើប្រាស់គឺសុវត្ថិភាពចង់ឲ្យ service ហើយនឹងសេវាកម្មហើយនឹងសុវត្ថិភាពគឺឈរនៅលើរឿងទី1សម្រាប់អតិថិជនអញ្ចឹងការប្រើប្រាស់ឡានពេលភ្លៀងអត់បញ្ហាអត់បញ្ហាគាត់សាកពេលភ្លៀងក៏បានគឺទោះជាគាត់សាកបណ្ដាគាត់បាញ់ទឹកដាក់ទៀតក៏អត់បញ្ហាដែរ
អូប្រហែលការពារ
បាទការពារព្រោះទាំងឆ្នាំងសាកទាំងឡានវាមាន protection របស់វាផ្សេងហើយឆ្នាំងសាកក៏អញ្ចឹងដែរឆ្នាំងសាកវាមាន IP integration របស់វាដូចគ្នាបាទវាមានការ rate ទៅលើការការពារជំរាបទឹកអីផ្សេងបាទហើយការ install របស់យើងការតម្លើងរបស់យើងក៏យើង base ទៅលើដោយបញ្ជាក់មិញហ្នឹងគឺ base ទៅលើសុវត្ថិភាពដូចគ្នាស្តង់ដារនិងសុវត្ថិភាព
បាទអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនកំភៃក៏មកថាជីភ្លៀងខ្លាំងហើយអស់ថ្មឡានអីហ្នឹងណាឃើញឆាយផ្លោះបត់ចូលមកបើកទៅ app មកចំណុចមួយឡានយើងគឺអាចបញ្ចូលថ្មបានដោយសុវត្ថិភាពហ្នឹងណាបង
ត្រឹមត្រូវ
ហើយអញ្ចឹងបងមានពីអីផ្ដាំទៅអ្នកមើលយើងអត់
បាទជាចុងក្រោយខ្ញុំទី1សូមអរគុណបងដូចគ្នាសម្រាប់ការធ្វើបទសម្ភាសន៍ហើយទី2សូមអរគុណទៅកាន់អតិថិជន Charge Plus Station របស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលគាត់ជួយ support ជាហោហែមកហើយមួយទៀតក៏ជំរាបជូនទៅកាន់បងប្អូនរបស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលមានគម្រោងក្នុងការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរយានយន្តពីសាំងមក PCD គឺគាត់ក៏មានការបារម្ភមិនជាបញ្ហាទេឥឡូវនេះស្ថានីយ៍ដោះគ្រប់កន្លែងអញ្ចឹងវាអត់មានអ្វីជាកង្វល់ដែលថាជិះទៅអស់កណ្ដាលផ្លូវអីទេសប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃនេះគ្រប់បែបយ៉ាងគឺពួកយើងមានគម្រោងមាន plan របស់យើងមកត្រឹមត្រូវណាស់ហើយស្ថានីយ៍នៅក្នុងស្រុកយើងក៏វាដោះច្រើនដែរអញ្ចឹងការប្រើប្រាស់ស្ថានីយ៍គឺលំទលាយហើយមួយវិញទៀតនោះគឺសុវត្ថិភាពដូចគ្នា
បាទខ្ញុំឃើញចេះមួយបងខ្ញុំឃើញមួយអ្នកខ្លះគេជិះទៅដល់វានៅខាងឡានគេនោះវាអស់វាចិត្តអាលុតហ្នឹងណាប៉ុន្តែជិះទៅដល់កន្លែងឆ្នាំងសាកហ្នឹងវាខូចយកអត់ភ្លើងចុះឆ្នាំងសាកបងអញ្ចឹងដែរអត់ឬក៏យើងមានអីមើលដែរអត់
មុននឹងទៅនេះជាក់ស្ដែងទៅគឺដោយសារតែឆ្នាំងសាកវាដំណើរការជាមួយ app
បាទ
អញ្ចឹង app របស់យើងគឺវា បង្ហាញពីគេហៅថាស្ថានភាពបច្ចុប្បន្នរបស់វា status របស់វាថាតើឆ្នាំងសាកហ្នឹងឥឡូវហ្នឹងដំណើរការអត់ដំណើរការហើយមានអ្នកសាកអត់សាកប្រហែលអ្នកព្រោះជាទូទៅឆ្នាំងសាកយើងសាកបានតែ2ឡានទេអញ្ចឹងបើសិនជាមានគេកំពុងអាសាគឺវាមានលេខនៅខាងក្នុងហ្នឹងដែលបង្ហាញថាកំពុងអាសាអញ្ចឹងណាបាទក្នុងហ្នឹងគឺគេអាចបង្ហាញបានត្រួសត្រាសបាទគឺឧទាហរណ៍ដូចនៅក្នុងស្ថានីយ៍យើងអញ្ចឹងថាកំពុងតែមានឡានគេសាកអញ្ចឹងគឺបើកមកវាឃើញនៅក្នុងហ្នឹងគឺបង្ហាញពីឡានដែលកំពុងអាសានៅទីតាំងផ្ទាល់ហ្មង1 2អញ្ចឹងទៅបាទអញ្ចឹងបើសិនជាអត់តនេទេវានឹងដាក់02អញ្ចឹងមានថាអស់លេងហើយអត់មានតនេអាចប្រើបានទេអញ្ចឹងបាទអញ្ចឹងបើសិនជាវាដាក់22អញ្ចឹងមានថាអូអញ្ចឹងតនេទាំងពីរដៃទាំងពីរហ្នឹងតនេហើយអញ្ចឹងអាចប្រើប្រាស់បានអញ្ចឹងគាត់តាមរយៈអ្វីដែលគាត់ view នៅក្នុង map station របស់យើងហ្នឹងគឺយើងផ្ដល់ជាព័ត៌មានទាំងអស់ឲ្យគាត់តាំងពីស្ថានីយ៍ហ្នឹងនៅទីតាំងណាតាំងពីស្ថានីយ៍ហ្នឹងតនេអត់តាំងពីស្ថានីយ៍ហ្នឹងការប្រើប្រាស់ទំហំប្រមាណគីឡូវ៉ាត់ហើយថ្លៃសារហ្នឹងប្រមាណគឺមានបង្ហាញនៅក្នុងជាព័ត៌មានទាំងអស់នៅក្នុង app ជារួមតែម្ដងបាទ
អរគុណច្រើនបង
អរគុណ
បាទបងប្អូនអរគ្នាឥឡូវនេះខ្ញុំនៅជាមួយលោក Nicholas ដែលគាត់គឺជានាយកគ្រប់គ្រងទូទៅ General Manager នៃក្រុមហ៊ុន Charge Plus ដែលឥឡូវនេះកំពុងតែមានវត្តមានឆ្នាំងសាករបស់គាត់គឺមានសឹងតែគ្រប់ទីកន្លែងហើយនៅតាមបណ្ដាខេត្តដែលបងប្អូនអ្នកដែលប្រើឡានអគ្គិសនីណាអាច download app Charge Plus ទៅហើយនឹងឃើញកន្លែងសាកថ្មឡានអគ្គិសនីមួយចំនួនហើយបើសិនជានៅពេញវិញក៏កំពុងតែសម្បូរផងដែរហើយអញ្ចឹងចង់ដឹងថាតើសាច់រឿងរបស់ Charge Plus ហើយអាជីវកម្មមួយនេះឬក៏ startup នេះមានលក្ខណៈពិសេសប្លែកយ៉ាងណាខ្លះតើជួយជាមួយអត់បងប្អូនគ្នាហើយបទសម្ភាសន៍នេះដែរជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនអាចទស្សនាស្ដាប់មើលទៅតាមនឹងអញ្ចឹងទៅអរគុណ Hello sir
Hello.
So could you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Oh, my name's Nicholas from Singapore, and came to Cambodia about 2 years ago.
So could you tell us what about Charge Plus and where is it coming from?
So I'm obviously General Manager of Charge Plus Cambodia. We are a Singapore-based company that is in 6 countries. So we are in Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, and now Cambodia.
So the company started in Singapore?
Company started in Singapore in 2020. We started in Cambodia about 2 years ago.
Why Cambodia?
Oh, I mean, I've been here a few times before that. Then, of course, one of the times we came and explored, and we saw Cambodia as a growing country. That very young population. We saw there are more and more people slowly getting interested in EV, and there were no real charging operators here. So we thought there's an opportunity. That's why we came in.
I see. So how do you see the current state of EV in Cambodia right now?
Oh, I mean, for my short time in 2 years, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if you asked me 2 years ago, I would say that it was really at the start, and there were really no charges at all. I think 2 years later, everybody in the public will be able to see that there's a lot more charges. I mean, not just from us, from our friendly competition as well. But I think the country is still learning. I think we all are still learning. It's a brand new industry, whether regardless from government regulations to how all of us operate, to how we work with car brands and all that. Everything's slowly evolving.
Do you think it's growing?
Oh yeah, definitely it's growing. I mean, based on numbers, based on official statistics from MPWT, in 2023 December, there was 2,000 registrations, EV cars. 1 year later, in December 2024, there were almost 3,000. So it was almost a 50% jump in EV car registrations, which just proves to us that it's growing. Yeah.
So what type of business do Charge Plus provide? Just charging or?
I mean, okay, at the heart of it, of course, we provide charging to everybody.
Yeah.
So we provide charging, we provide charging solutions. So there's a few ways we do it. Of course, we install chargers and customers use our chargers and we earn some money from it. But of course, we also have people coming to us now saying that they want to own the chargers. For us, I think we are very open. There's multiple ways of doing it. So we could own the charger. A customer or a person can own the charger, or a business can own the charger. We help the business or the person operate the charger. So we take the hassle out of operating it. We manage the charger. We maintain the charger. You do not have to create an app. We'll do everything. We would apply for licenses for you as well. So if you wanted to be your own small business owner with an EV charger, you could do that as well. in general, we are always on the lookout for locations. So if there's anybody out there that that had a good location or think it's a good location, please write into us.
So do you think is it a good investment for having a charging station at our own business or something like that?
I mean, from me, from a buyer's point of view, because I'm doing EV charging, I think it's a good business. And I feel that the public now, especially the younger generation, really cares more about the environment. So having an EV charger in your premises, first it will drive more traffic to your location. So if you're running a cafe and you have an EV charger, you will actually drive customers that drive EV cars to your location and they can charge. And it also reflects very well on the business when you have chargers, because it shows that you are trying to be more sustainable. That's what EV charging is supposed to be. Yeah.
So as from your knowledge, how many type of charger are there that operate in Cambodia? Like I see on the internet, there's level 1, 2, 3 or something like that. And how is Chargeless operate?
How do we operate, or how many chargers?
Yeah, how many chargers?
How many different type of chargers, right? Okay, in general, there is what we call fast chargers and slow chargers. So fast chargers is anything that can charge your car up to 80% from zero in about half an hour on average. Then for slow chargers, usually it's about 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours. So and it cuts across anything from a 3.5 kilowatt, which takes 16 hours, all the way now. I think the market usually has up to about 60 or 120 kilowatt, which takes half an hour. So it really depends on the power and the speed of the charger, and then the time is according.
So about chargers, what type of charger do you provide?
We actually can provide all sorts of chargers. It really depends on the customer. So we have slow chargers. So slow chargers, anything for your bores, for your condominiums, and as long as you don't need it fast, we can provide those. You can provide installation as well. For fast charger, again, there is 30 kilowatt, 40 kilowatt, 60 kilowatt, 120, 180 kilowatt even, 240 even. So you can provide any of it, and it really depends on, of course, the smaller the kilowatt, the slower the charging is, but we can provide different ones. But of course, we will advise depending on the location and depending on the power capacity as well. Yeah,
I see. So what is the requirement for example, for I want to install slow charging in my home and I want to install fast charging at my business? So what are the requirements? Do they have to yes, space is one thing, but other thing like technical requirement, for example, they have to go to DC or something like that?
Actually no, actually it's quite simple. So regardless whether it's for home charger or for a business, if you contact us, for example, we will actually come down to do a recce. So we'll come down and have a look at the location. We'll look at the location, see whether it's suitable. If it's not suitable, we'll try and suggest a different location for you. Maybe somewhere that it's maybe a little bit safer or is nearer to the power source. So then you don't spend so much money on the cabling. We'll check on how much power do you have, and if you don't have enough power, we would advise you how much more power you need. Or else we'll try and advise you to maybe take a lower powered charger, so you don't have to pay extra money to pull more power. And then from application, we can assist with the application, because the government is going to implement licenses will be required, especially for public charge. So we can assist with applying for the license as well. So if you contact us, we will do the recce, we will do the installation, we will provide insurance, we will apply for licenses if there are any that's required. We will do everything. So we are a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop, yeah. Even insurance.
Yes.
Yeah. Talking about safety, I see people are afraid that having their own charger at home will get caught in fire. From your perspective, what are the reasons that causing fire to the charger, or is it real?
I mean, it's definitely real. I won't lie and say it's not real. It's definitely real. But catching fire at home with a charger, there's no difference from catching fire from a charger to catching fire from your oven, right? Or your electric gate, that sort of thing. It all depends on how it's installed and whether it's installed properly. So I only can speak about our company, but we follow proper SOPs. We make sure that we check and we double check and triple check. We also make sure that we use the right cable size. So that means that if it requires 7 kilowatt of electricity, we will make sure that the cable can withstand it, so that, because if you use too small of a cable, of an electric cable, the cable becomes very hot. And once it becomes very hot and it burns through the rubber, that's when your fires might start. But if you install it properly and use the correct cables, the chances of you having a fire, it's very low. And on top of it, for our chargers, we also have what we call, it's almost like a circuit breaker. So if there's any signs of it like tripping, it will cut off the electricity, and then so that it will hopefully prevent the fire from happening.
So as you say, you believe that the sector is growing, and during the sector, the EV charging is growing in the future. Do you think it have Cambodia or our student job opportunity?
I think this is a growing market. The EV market's very big, right? So there's different stakeholders in there. There is us, the EV charging operators. There is the people selling EV cars. There is BYD just came in to set up their car assembly factory. So there alone, there's three simple examples of job opportunity. Then of course there's installation. There is so the entire market, and then after that you can spin off to other things as well. So I guess if you're talking about the younger generation, it's about technology, it's about coding, it's about so this is just one component. And because, for example, we have our own app, so to maintain the app, you also need experience and you need to learn about it. So the younger generation can learn about those things, then there is always job opportunities as well.
I see that people can actually just install or buy the charger themselves. Why would they need Charge Plus?
I mean, there's always that possibility you can do it yourself. But again, the biggest worry is that, do you really want to install something that is higher in electricity output? Okay. And is it worth saving that few dollars for the risk of maybe having a fire? So if outsourcing it to somebody like Charge Plus to install and gives you a total ease of mind, and on top of it, like I mentioned, we provide insurance as well, then is it worth saving $50, for example? You just save $50, but you don't know whether you installed it properly. But if you just pay $50 and that charger can be used for the next 5-10 years, I would feel is absolutely worth the money, because if it's just 10 years, it's just $5 extra a year, which is not much money, but you have ease of mind knowing that the chances of you having a fire, it's very, very, very low.
I see. So on the current market right now, there are 2 or 3 charging companies that is growing right now. So what do you think that Charge Plus will stand out in the market?
First, I mean, we're all friends. I mean, we all know each other and we meet each other and we are quite friendly. I think one thing, if I have to say that why we might be different from the rest, is that first, we have our own app, so it's built in-house. So for us, we have a lot more. We are always innovating and changing and improving, whether is it for bugs or whether is it adding new features in our apps. And using our app, you can use it across the 6 countries in Southeast Asia that you're in. Then of course, at the back end for us, we feel that our back end is very, very strong. Our back end CRM, we are able to see which charger is even switched off. It's not even that it's spoke. If there's no electricity going into the charger, we will also be alerted and we will be able to troubleshoot. And because we've got a local team, we can go down on the spot and go down to the charger to troubleshoot. And for us, I think for me especially, service is very important. We try to reach out to all the customers. So customers do call us on our hotline and they said they don't know how to charge. We'll bring them through step by step. And if really needed, we will actually try and meet up with them physically to explain to them and show them on the spot what to do. And the other thing is sometimes customers don't call us, but we are able to see again from our CRM that they tried charging, but it did not work. And they tried, sometimes we can see that a customer has tried it 3 times. It keeps failing. When we see that, we also contact the customer. So we are also proactive. We don't say, let's not care about the customer. We call the customer back and say that, oh, I see you're having problems, having issues with the charger. And can we find out more what's happening? I think for us, that's how we try and stand out versus everybody else. We're trying to give good service.
So this would solve some problem, like some EV user when they just Google on the when they just use the Google Map to the charging station. Sometimes they when they arrive at the charging station, it's not work. But if they use Charge Plus app, it will be different. If the charging not work, it will not show. on the map.
Correct. Okay, it will show on the map, except it will say that it's out of operation, so it's not working. It will show that it's there, but it says that it's offline. So it's offline means it's not working.
So we can say charge plus more focus on the experience.
Correct. Yeah, because for us, I think at the end of the day, I do not dare to say my charger is better than anybody else. After a while, it's the same. It's just who gets a better experience, and we try to hope that we give the customer the as best as experience as possible. Whether is it through the usage of the app, through the service, through trying to help you and troubleshoot for you. We've talked to some customers that we talked to them for half an hour on the phone, just explaining all the way. And we are not angry that the customer doesn't know how to do it. We're actually very happy because these customers, hopefully if they have a good experience, they'll start telling their friends and family. And then they'll say, oh, please use Charge Plus because I had a good experience. I didn't know how to use it, but they talked to me for half an hour, right? It's just giving good service. Yeah.
So as you are in EV charging business, many years in Singapore and 2 years in Cambodia, what do you think are the challenge for the EV charging here? Like, is it the power outage, the user knowledge, or the infrastructure? What do you the challenge that you see?
I think for the EV industry, it's a few things. But one of the challenges, of course, it's the infrastructure. Even I feel we are not fast enough. All of us combined, me and my competitors, I think we all feel we are not fast enough to build the chargers. If you ask the customers, they will say, yeah, we are definitely not fast enough. We need to build more chargers, but we need time. So then, of course, that comes with electricity. We have been working very closely with the government. We are sharing our experiences, and they also have strongly encouraged us to go to the provinces to install chargers. We are already exploring locations, but as you know, some provinces might not have enough power. So the government's also working at it, but everything takes time. So we could say, example, a certain province, we want this charger here, but there's not enough power, which means you have to pull power if you add a transformer. But adding a transformer takes time. So even though we want to do it yesterday, but to put a transformer in, maybe you need another 2 months or 3 months. Then after that, to put another charger in, you need another 2 weeks. So everything takes time. All the plans are in the works, but for us, I think our mind's working faster than the chargers or the installation. But it's just a challenge that I think all of us are working towards. And of course, your last one that you asked was about electricity. I think actually there is enough electricity. And again, we are working with the government. For our system, we are able to actually control the electricity. Meaning in the sense that we are able to work with the government that if they say a certain area, for whatever reason, there might be some shortage, maybe a transformer broke down, we can always switch off our chargers as well, remotely. We don't even need to go there physically to switch it off. So we are able to manage the electricity outputs as well. We can also reduce the output. So that means if it was 120 kilowatt, but we need to reduce it for whatever reason to save electricity for the time being, we are able to reduce it. But of course, we try not to do that. But I think, and the last thing is, I think it's just education and knowledge by the customers. And it's the questions everybody asks now, because Cambodia, it's early adopters. Everybody's question is always the same. Oh, is my car, I only have 20% left. Can I still drive? How long can I drive for? You know, everybody's worried. It's just like your phone, right? If you reach 20%, everybody's like, oh, I need to charge. But I think it's through experience and through having more people going through that journey of using the cars that there will be lesser problems or lesser questions.
So, okay, here's a funny question. I don't know about other country, but in Cambodia, at the petrol station, we have people who will pump petrol for you.
Yep.
Yeah, but other country you're not. And how come when you operate EV, there's no people operating in that area? And people have to use app. And how do you think users are willing to use it?
I think it's just about the experience. And for us, what we try and say is that the charger you are able to use 24/7. It's just very quick. You just come in, just pull it out, plug it in, and we are able to install chargers at locations that even petrol stations might not exist. So again, if you go to the provinces and you might have a restaurant somewhere in some small street, you will never have a petrol station there.
Yeah.
But we are able to put a charger there, for example. Right? Yeah. So when you put a charger there, and because it's so remote, you can't really have somebody waiting there to give service. So I think it's just the service and it's just about the experience. And right now, I think so far the users are used to the experience. And for us, because it's not just charging for 5 minutes. Now it's just, if it's a fast charger, averagely people do 15-20 minutes. And I think they're willing to do it because they know after they plug it in, they're going to the cafe right beside to drink coffee. So to them, they feel it's easy and simple and it's clean. Because petrol, sometimes people think it's a bit smelly and they might get petrol on their hands or diesel on their hands. But electricity, there's nothing like that. There's no liquids that go in your hands and it's just very clean. So I think the consumers are okay with that. So that's why they don't need somebody to pump.
Yeah. Okay. Talking about the future, do you think that Charge Plus will somehow have other technology like battery swapping or something like that? Do you think is it possible in Cambodia?
Yeah, I mean, we are exploring right now. We have explored battery swapping as well. Right now, those technologies are still very new and it's not universal. So the key thing is that it's not universal. So we need the car brands to also discuss if they want to create something uniform. So because if it's not universal and the battery swapping, you can only use it for one type of car, then it doesn't make much sense. So that's why we feel that charging stations are still better because right now you are able to use it for all cars, right? In Cambodia, there's a few charging standards. So some of them might need to use adapters, but in general, they're able to use it. So which is better, right? So regardless of whatever brand car you use, you're able to use the charging station.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's it for my question. Do you have anything to add up?
No, I think I want to thank you.
Thank you.
For the interview. Thank you for letting us share our story. And I think for all your viewers, out there, do check us out on Facebook. Check us out on our website. If you guys have got anything, just drop us a message and we'll try and answer. Thank you.
អូខេបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាអញ្ចឹងបើសិនជាបងប្អូនត្រូវការតាក់ទងទៅនឹងដំណោះស្រាយនៅក្នុងការសាកថ្មឡានអគ្គិសនីចង់សាកថ្មឡានអគ្គិសនីខ្លួនឯងឬក៏តម្លើងស្ថានីយ៍នៅផ្ទះខ្លួនឯងឬក៏តម្លើងស្ថានីយ៍ក្នុងអាជីវកម្មអីអាចតំណែងប្រឹក្សាយោបល់មួយគាត់បានតាមរយៈ page Charge Plus Cambodia អញ្ចឹងពីខ្ញុំបាទសាកដាជម្រាបលាជួបគ្នានៅវីដេអូក្រោយ